Welcome to Dean's Safe Company, the Simi Valley branch. Come on in. I want to show you some safes. This is our Simi Valley branch. Welcome. This is one of my favorite showrooms because, well, it's got this in it with all the boat works on the back, so we can show a lot of people how boat works work. And of course, this is a pretty clean boat work setup. It's all been chromed and everything else, so it really looks great. But if you haven't been in a safe store before, most people haven't, FBI statistics state 90% of the people buy the wrong safe. Why is this, you ask? Because they're not going to the right stores to buy them. They're going to warehouse stores and stationery stores, and while they have certain products that are great for saving paper and things, they're not really good for burglary. They're not really designed for that. We've got a lot of accessories that might interest you. We've got a huge selection of pistol boxes, things that you can put into your existing safe, a full selection of dehumidifiers, for instance, different lighting kits. These are gun socks, and they can make a silicone infused gun socks. Gun socks are gun socks. Silicone infused gun socks, they'll stop the rust. Your safe goes through a fire, they'll come out looking way better, trust me. We've had a lot of instances where that's happened. But we try to carry all types of safes, from lower cost but yet quality. Here's a Stealth line, great safe, reasonably priced, very competitive in the marketplace. And we've got hundreds of these in inventory. I'm told our inventory is about 5,000 safes now. However, we are trying to support 3 stores in and around the Los Angeles area. We've got under the bed safes. We've got safes designed to go into dormitories. We have little fire safes that are designed for fire, some for home office because they have a burglary rating. Very rare you'll go to Home Depot or one of those and find a safe with a burglary rating on it, but we've got them here. We've got them for large collections, we've got them for small collections. Well, we got a lot of safes. Now, gun safes have been really hot, so a lot of these are gun safes. However, any interior can be put in. Most all of these can be had with full shelving, etc. So you can put all shelves in your safe, which, depending upon what you're collecting, I can't believe how many safes we're selling for purses now. Generally, we'll use a light blue, a pink, or a white, go into people's homes, all shelf interior. We don't do this as a standard, but we have had the insides of safes leather lined, so the purses look better. Here are some from American Security Products. One of the oldest, 1946, is when they started making safes. Now, they started making in-the-floor safes, then they started going to home safes, and let me tell you, they're really good at it. And they build a huge selection of safes. They've got catalogs full of this stuff. Here's Liberty Safe, probably one of the largest safe manufacturers in the United States. They plan on keeping it that way. They got into some trouble a couple of years ago. Boy, they have been on it ever since. They've fixed their issues. They've come up with some new designs. They're starting to market more aggressively, and they're attempting to differentiate themselves with some pretty cool features. You ought to certainly take a look at it. Here is Pro Steel. Everybody in the industry calls them Browning Pro Steel. Now, these home safes they're just absolutely outstanding. Let me show you this. Now, all this interior is movable. This is a mole, if you know what that is. A lot of people don't know what it is. You can hook in various things, everything from flashlight holsters to pistol holsters to, in this case, they come out with these cool little clips so you can hang your jewelry in them. And it's got a nice pocket here for some paperwork. It's got these, great to slide a passport in there. And all this stuff is movable from top to bottom. Now, these shelves are particularly strong, and it comes with a great little jewelry setup, kind of a deal here, and I love them. And they're very, very competitively priced. Here's a little Gardol. We don't get a lot of the Gardols on the West Coast, but we thought we'd bring some in because it's a good name and people recognize it. Here is a smaller Fort Knox. These are very exclusive products. You don't find these in most stores. You have to kind of be selected to carry these products because they do require the knowledge of safes because they are significantly better safes than most anything with this type of construction, and they cost a little more. Now, a lot of people in the safe market are budget conscious. I understand that. Aren't we all? Not everybody. We get people in that go, oh, it's only $3,500. Do you have anything for 20? They go, 25,000? Bigger, cleaner, you know, it gets crazy. Look at this guy. This is a Rhino. It's a little nightstand. It's got a great drawer on the top. That's really cool. It plugs in to give you lights on the inside down here. It has a high security digital lock like most of these. Almost everybody's gotten away from a dial. They're such a pain. The digital locks are working so well. Here's one made by Longhorn. See, now if you're looking for a home safe, you're not going to get these selections in a lot of the places you're going to now. That's why the FBI says there's a 90% chance you're going to buy the wrong safe because you never saw the right selection. Most people get it. When you see a junk safe and you see something that's capable of doing the job, you're going to get it. You understand. TF AMSEC, we can do special wraps, we can do special paint jobs, and just as important, we can get it to your house. We can pop that thing in wherever you need to have it. These are all gun safes and or home safes. We built safes for bows and arrows. We built a number of guitar safes. It's just a special interior. I built a safe for a guy that had pool cues. Now, one of the pool cues cost less than $10,000. I didn't know they made pool cues that cost $10,000. Now, these are starting to get serious. This is like a BF2. This is another beauty. This is, again, American Security Products. This one's designed for gun safe interior, but all these parts are removable. So you could take these two shelves, move them over here, take this one, throw it on the floor, put rifles here, and put your fun guns, the short ones, over here, or take these out completely and just use the shelving. So most of the safes here have a UL RSC, Residential Security Container, Level 1. However, they did come out with a Level 2. This is the only safe ever made in the United States that has passed Level 2. So if you want that little extra for your guns, you got shotguns that are going $10,000, $20,000, don't put them in a regular gun safe, for God's sake. Get something like this. Oh, you want to see a beast? Look at this guy. This is a beast. Look how big this thing is. I've actually took a picture of me sitting inside of one of the corners. And at my age, it was a miracle I could even sit that low, but I got in it with no problem. And yeah, sitting down in this area, because this safe is unusual because this safe is 40 inches deep front to back. It won't fit through a regular doorway. So something like this might go through patio doors. I don't know. I'm thinking this would be a fantastic garage safe. We have even painted these some strikingly unusual colors to match the car. I just want to show you the depth of this thing here. Here's where my shoulder is. This thing is really deep, so you can really pile some rifles in here. With the right configuration, you can do, I think it's 150, 160 rifles in here. And Fort Knox is pretty good about being able to put a rifle in every spot. Assorted colors. This is, believe it or not, a standard color. They have a pile of standards, and they'll do anything you want. So let's go down here a little bit. More Liberties, big Liberties, different prices, different sizes, something to fit just about every budget. Here we got some TLs. Here's a TL15 safe. The TLs are where you start getting into real honest-to-goodness jewelry safes, burglary safes, bank safes. This is basically the kind, like you go in, there's a bank in Walmart. That's what they got. They won't let them put up a vault. Generally, they'll use American Security Products because it's so popular, but they'll use it in a TL30 or a TL36, which are even higher rated. I can't explain all that today, but I can tell you, if you come in to any store across the country where they really know their safes, they'll be able to explain the difference to you. And this door is heavy. If the door alone landed on me, it'd probably crush me. And this is a TL15, 2 hours fire resistance, patented hard plate where it's got steel on the outside, steel on the inside, and the inside is filled with a fire retardant substance that is also grind resistant and a lot of drill resistant and a lot of other good features. This is a TL30. Here is an interesting one we just got in by Pro Steel. This meets none of the qualifications I was talking about, except it does meet California DOJ approved, Department of Justice approved firearms safety device. We've kind of viewed this as a joke in the industry, but these guys came up with an all new design. You'll take a look at it. Watch one of my videos, you'll see it, where you push in the code, you turn the handle, and the door slides to the right. Why does it does that? Because the door, it has two bends on each side. When you close the door, it slides over, then it goes forward, and it locks into and behind the frame. It took about, I think it was, they said it was 11,000 pounds of pull to get the door out. I watched a full-blown burglary safe with a UL label, and it took 1,200 pounds to pull the door out. This is shocking. Normally, safes in this category, I don't spend more than 3 or 4 minutes getting them open. It just isn't that hard. These are unusual because these are depository safes. They're big, they're deep, you got a business. This thing will hold, God only knows how many cash drawer trays, but then it has room for you to put your deposits up here. It also turns out that the back of this hopper is bigger than the front of the hopper. You can push it in, but you can't pull it out, which makes it more difficult to reach down in and start grabbing the money and pulling it out. It's little things like that. These are in the floor safes. When I got into the industry, 80% of our sales were in the floor safes. They're very tough. You submerge them, they're installed in concrete, and they just don't want to come out of the ground. There's nothing left to burglarize except for this portion. And you got to do it on your hands and knees. There aren't a lot of in-the-floor safes that get burglarized. And just so you know, now in the Simi Valley store, we have an added plus. We have the secret room, which we don't tell a lot of people about, but this is the secret room where we have used safes galore. Now, some of these safes are used. Some of these safes are dent and scratched. Some of them were just trade-ins, so there's huge value here. I don't want to say they're value oriented. Some of these are absolutely steals. And some are brand spanking new. I think this one's brand new, and it's got paint rubs. You don't want to drive 30 miles, drop this off in the driveway, run it into somebody's house, have them inspect it and go, what's with all these paint rubs? Can you take it back, give me a different one? Put it at a discount, sell it for what it is. Make a deal, get it out of here. Most of these are up on our website, but many of them aren't. If you're a stacker, stackers know what I'm talking about. This would be one hell of a safe for you. It is a little over 5,000 pounds. This is an excellent safe right here. What's really fun about this is we just pulled this out of Dodger Stadium. They've been using this at Dodger Stadium. Well, can you imagine how much money they get into a Dodger Stadium? We had to sell them a bigger one because there just wasn't enough room for all the money they had in here. But if you're a Dodgers fan, might be fun. This may be the highest rated safe we have in here, and these are really hard to get. This is manufactured by the world famous ISM, Israeli Safe Manufacturing. They make the highest safe ratings in the world. The TRTL 60X6, I believe they're the only people in the world capable of making it. I'm not positive about that, but I'm pretty sure they are. Now this one is TRTL 30X6. It is torch resistant, and you can take a torch to it. Good luck. You might end up hurting yourself. And we've got a lot of little home safes that are just dynamite. Some are orphans. Gardall, great name. Liberty, great name. This one's old, American Security Products, great safe. This used to be a hopper safe of some type, a depository safe for supermarkets. Here's a 2-hour Centurion. It's a 2-hour fire safe, and they are exceptional. They are absolutely fantastic fire safe. I wouldn't think twice about buying a used one of this quality. This is vastly superior to anything you're going to find at any of these stores that I've been narking out here. Anyway, I'm getting out of breath. I want to thank you. If you're here at the end, thank you so much. Please give me a like or a love. Subscribe. I'm so close to 10,000 views. I can't believe it. Help me get over the top. Thank you very much. Take care.